Hey everyone, so I think I found the program that I will be able to use to record. I don't know how smooth it is, so you guys should let me know if you think it's like pretty nice. So we'll test this out. Now the reason I want to make this video is to address many of the comments I got in my last video when I did my trial of Ascension summons. So basically we checked it out and a lot of comments asking about different floors, so we're going to go through every single comment and do every floor that they requested. We're going to see how long this takes us. So this one was the most requested one, so they've got an HP leader skill, and then they've got a leader skill that increases their attack power by 100%, and they don't even have to receive beneficial effects because there are none on this floor, and Tiana removes them anyways, so we can't use anything that buffs us because then she'll remove it. So we're gonna have to get rid of her fast while keeping these guys stunned. Now I try to keep this specifically to monsters that are easily obtainable. Of course, Verta Hill is not that easy to get, but it's kind of really hard to do it without him, especially because my Bernard is actually only 5-star. Where is he? Yeah, it's only 5-star and he has horrible stats. So we can't use him, but if you have him, that'd be good too. But like if you have monsters like the Water Dragon that can stun and stuff like that, or like Tyrone, who I don't have 6-star yet, but if you have him, very good monster for this floor, because he'll be glancing hit, he'll really help you out that way, and then he can freeze him, and he's got that leader skill, of course, that is just all too good to pass up on. So we're gonna use this, we're gonna see if this works first try, and we'll see how it goes. So loading it up. It took me a little bit of time to get this program working, but so we're gonna actually manual it just so we don't screw up, because most of you guys, if you're having trouble on this floor, you're gonna manual it. So we want to make sure that none of our monsters die, and Veramos is fine tanking, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that defense break. Actually, these early stages are not all that bad. Actually, most of these monsters are pretty squishy, so they'll go down pretty fast. And we'll just auto this. Sorry, I really don't like manualing anything unless it's like a new dungeon, or it's like Trial Ascension Hard. That one you have to manual it. But stuff like this, nah, it's not that big of a deal. At least for me, it's not. Now, when we do get to the boss stage, I'm going to manual it just so I can show you guys how it is, and because I don't want it to fail just out of RNG. So we're gonna have the entire thing in our control, and then we'll do it. So this first part is not hard at all. If you bring Veramos, if you have Veramos, he's going to be able to really just remove any of those defense breaks and stuff like that, so there's nothing to worry about. But you have to be careful on the last stage, because they're all going to be targeting Bella. I would be using like a Jasoon team here with tank monsters, but the thing is, I have to help you out here. Okay, so this is water attackers here, Alucia and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and manually do this, because we don't want anyone to die. I don't think they'll die. I mean, actually, I'm really certain they won't die, but you never know with these monsters and RNG. So we'll see, but yeah, I'm very confident they won't die. I just really don't want to be embarrassed over the camera while I'm recording, trying to show you guys this floor. This one actually took me a couple tries to get the team right when I was just doing TOA on my own. So don't feel bad if you can't get this. This was actually generally a hard floor, you know, for those that don't have amazing runes or stuff like that, so it's really not a big deal, you know, if you couldn't get it. So let's see, we're gonna go ahead and target those dark howls. Oh shoot, come on, I'm not getting any RNG on my side. They keep getting resisted. We're gonna go ahead and heal up just because we want that attack bar up. Most of the heals on this stage, or on the early stages building up to it, are not going to be a big deal. Now we're going to save our skills just so we're prepared for Tiana. We want to get every skill off as soon as the match starts. slow them down, and then we're going to have to try to stun Tiana. That's what we want. So we're going to need a little bit of RNG on our side, and then we'll use Bernard. Well, hopefully we don't lose. That's 3 turns. We can afford to use that right now. That'll be good when we go. This one, yeah, that'll be good too. We'll be okay. By the time we end up using the heal, it'll be ready. But everything else we want prepared, specifically Beretta and Veramos and Spectra. Okay, here we go. So this is the part. So we're going to go ahead and use this 3rd skill on Spectra. Now if you don't have a Spectra, you could easily use some monster that would stun them. That would work too, but I really want to use this skill. So we slow them all down, and then we're going to stun them, as many as we can. So we got everyone but Tiana. So that means we're going to have to focus Tiana and get rid of her. So we're going to lower that attack bar, and then we're just going to go and straight out try to nuke her. Now we don't need to worry about those Minotaurus yet. We really just need to get rid of Tiana. Why? Because she can remove all of those harmful effects that we have put on the team. So we're going to put on our dots. Now usually you're going to be using straight damage because, you know, TOA normal, you really don't need to use anything other than straight damage. But this is my TOA hard team, so okay, we got everyone but a few of them. We put that on again. Now I'm going to go ahead and save Bella's heal because we're probably going to need it. That one is about ready to attack, so we're going to try to, you know, we'll let him go, see how much damage he does, and then we'll slowly take down one at a time. So he takes about 1/3 of my health out, and that's, so he does about 8k. I didn't see the damage, but I'm guessing it's around 8 to 9k damage, because my Bella is at around 24,000 to 25,000 HP. We're going to stun again. Good, good, good. Now keep targeting that one Minotaurus, alright? And we'll, since we don't have defense break on the other ones, we'll target any other ones whenever Bella goes again. Now keep targeting that Minotaurus. The less Minotaurus there are, the lower chance you have of failing. Now looks this one on the right is ready to go, so we're gonna try to get that one stunned. Okay, so Despair got him on that one. That was good. So that's RNG right there. A lot of this is, some of it can be RNG too, but you just got to make sure you've got them stunned and slowed down enough where you can get them, keep them from attacking, but also lower them in HP. Because the moment they start getting all of their attacks off at the same time, that is when you're screwed. So it's good to stun maybe like 1 or 2 of them, but not all of them, because then their attack bars will all be kind of jumbled up. Now we're going to go ahead and slow them down again. We're going to heal up, increase our attack bar. We'll save that second skill for when we really need it. But you can see like how I'm doing this. I'm just kind of letting Bella tank them one at a time. There's no way Bella could tank them all at the same time. I don't think any monster could. There's 4 of them. They each do about, you know, just under 10k damage. You'd need a really tanky light monster, or you'd need Neil, who's another thing I was going to talk about. You could bring Neil on the stage and then cast the invincibility on her, and do that. That would work as well. Or you know that Light Undyne, if you have that one, that's a 3-turn. What is it? It's not invincibility. It's like it absorbs all damage or something. It's weird. It's basically invincibility. I don't know why they don't call it invincibility, but okay. So I just finished this off. So that's basically how you do it. So the trick to this stage is to just keep them all slowed down or stunned or frozen or all asleep. No, don't do asleep, because then if you hit them, then they wake up. But basically, you just want to try to keep them incapacitated. That is the trick to this floor. They hit too hard to tank. You cannot tank them. The most you can do is at least get their attack order all screwy, so that they don't attack one after the other. They attack, you know, in between yours, so that way you can heal up, and then one will go, and then you can, you know, debuff them, and maybe put on. And this is where I was talking about Briand. Well, I haven't talked to him about it yet, but use Briand. My stats suck, don't look at them. But Briand, you can use him for revive, you know, in case Bella dies, and you can decrease the attack power. Okay, now of course you're not going to be able to do this, entire thing with a bunch of 3-star monsters You'd need amazing runes, but I definitely think you're going to need Veramos for those dots and the stuns. So, he's just too good. What are some other ones? Bernard would be very useful on this floor. Acasis would actually be pretty good because they won't crit as often, and you'll be able to absorb the shield. Tyrone would be fantastic for this floor. Of course, Veramos. I don't think Darien would be very good for this floor because he would absorb all the damage, so his passive wouldn't work. Almond would be okay because he's just generally a tanky healer, but let's check it out. What other ones? Chasun would be pretty good. Chasun's always good. Of course, Briand. Anything with reducing their attack power, or they're slowing them down or stunning them, like incapacitating them. Any of those types of monsters would be very, very good. Now, I used a general team that I used for TOA hard, of course. So, you probably don't have Spectra built up. So in that case, you'd probably want to use Bernard. But again, if they're not slowed down, they're still going to be going fairly more often. That slow debuff is insanely good, and mixed with Vertihill, it is just unstoppable. But of course, if you don't have Vertihill, you're just going to have to settle with Bernard. Oops, I passed him. So Bernard is basically a poor man's Vertihill, as I would say, just because that's the only other thing that could really increase the attack bar that much and increase the attack speed. Just kind of compensates for it a little bit, and if you're going to be running that kind of team, definitely use some kind of leader skill where it increases your attack speed, because you want to go way more often than them. If you're going to run a tanky team, you're going to need some light monster to tank it, and you're going to need a revive. I would say if you don't bring a revive, it leaves room for errors, and yeah, so it's just a mess. So I just spent 10 minutes discussing the most asked floor, and someone attacked me. Thank you again for hitting me. I dropped from Guardian 1 to Conquer 2. Okay, where's my mouse button? Alright, we're gonna scroll down my YouTube comments and see what other ones. Okay, so the next one is floor 57 that was requested. Now, I think this is a pretty underrated floor as far as difficulty-wise goes. They actually hit pretty decently hard. It's because of this last skill where they have a chance to ignore defense. Okay, skills like these can be very, very, very annoying. So, and it also counterattacks. Okay, if you're attacked while this is on cooldown, you have a 25% chance to counterattack. So it's basically like having revenge runes and ignore defense. Now let's look at some of the other ones. Let's check this out. Absorbs the attack bar. Okay. This one, remove beneficial effects. Okay. This one has a chance to stun the targets for one turn. And they all counterattack. Every single one of these counters attack. And then this prevents the target from using skill with cooldown. Now this is randomized, so no worries. But we're gonna go ahead and use Veramos. Okay. I'm gonna use Theo. Now I know you guys don't have these monsters. Again, just use what you have. But if you have some kind of nuker, you know what? No, I'll use dots. Why? Because everyone uses dots, low level. But if you have a nuker that's like decently tanky, use them. You don't need dots for TOA normal. Yeah, well, I'm just trying to sympathize with lower level, lower level players. When they don't have as high of runes, because of me, of course, I don't have as high of runes as the people that can complete TOA hard and such like that. So it's kind of easier when they try to, dumb it down for me a little bit. Because a lot of the times when they explain something, it's like, well, you have OP runes, so I can't really use that setup. Let's check it out. I'm gonna bring I'm not gonna bring a revive. We'll bring Bella, because that's easy to obtain. We're gonna need another healer though. I'm gonna bring Chloe. You guys don't have Chloe, but the best, I would bring Darien. I don't have mine ruined, but Darien would be a decent choice as well if you have Darien. Basically, the setup of this is gonna have to be a healer, some kind of attacker, or dots. You can have dots too. You know what? I'll put dots just for you. But if I'm gonna have dots, I'm gonna put that. And then I would use Bernard if I had 6-starred him, but definitely double healers. some kind of stun or cleanse like Veramos, of course, and then I'm gonna have to say some attack bar increase. So Bernard would be nice, but I'm gonna go ahead and use Vertihill because that's what I have. You know, I'm using what I have, I know, but Verad, I would use him, but not a lot of people have them. Tyrone's an alternative to Verad, and Tyrone is fantastic. I'm actually 6-starring mine soon. Now these initial stages are all pieces of cake. Like seriously, they're so easy. You should have no trouble finishing these parts. If you do, then it's just your runes, or maybe you need to awaken or 6-star one of your monsters. I think you could do these with 5 stars. Honestly, you don't need a 6-star your monsters for this stage. I think you really just need to focus on your runes and making sure you have these skills to to handle these types of stages. Because some stages, the monsters just hit too hard to be able to tank. You know, you can't tank someone that ignores defense because they're just gonna be hitting like 20,000. You know. I'm actually calling it right now. I bet you CompTUS is going to they're going to add a type of skill or a rune set or something that not only does it off of max HP, but the higher the HP they have, the more damage it does. I know they have HP based skills already, but they don't really scale that well. But the reason I say is because defense based monsters get a lot of hate. They don't really, they don't get the appreciation they deserve because of defense break. It basically just makes them nulled. So monsters like, Veligil on defense for damage wise, like defense, crit damage defense, just throw some defense break on them and just, hit them down, and they're going to be taking so much damage compared to what little HP they have. So I think they're going to try to balance it out and try to make defense better. But that's my rant for the day. Finishing up this part, we're going to go ahead and manual this part so we can get our skills fully on cooldown. God, even in videos I'm saying school. Screw school. I'm so tired of school. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and not use this skill yet. We're going to save it. Let's try to stun him. We got 2 of them. Cool. We're gonna kill. I want to kill that dark one. Honestly, that dark one. Okay, now we throw it on. Now you don't need to have Chloe. I would use Darien if I had him ruined, just to prove a point, but I don't have him ruined. There's no point in running immunity with Veramos on here because they don't have that many debuffs, but I really just want to target that dark one. Just target the dark one first. Seriously, just target the dark one. Life will be so much better. I'm going to go ahead and increase the attack bar so I can get that dark one dead. Okay, that one's good. We're going to go ahead and stun. Again, Veramos is very crucial. He doesn't have to, you don't have to have him in this, but he's just so good for like these kinds of floors that you're struggling with. Alright, so that one's dead. Now we're going to go for the light one. And this is kind of in order of like their threat. Okay, so we're almost ready to use that skill again. Bye-bye. Go ahead and increase attack bar, throw that on. Perfect timing. Again, we don't really need it. We could probably run a 4-man team without Chloe and this would still work. The whole point is just to try to keep them stunned, keep them from attacking all at the same time. If you would see how much damage that black one does when it ignores defense. Okay, look how much damage that water one did on Beretta. Alright, it did probably a total of like 13k damage. Nah, more like 10 to 11k damage. Imagine if it ignored defense. He would be nearly dead. Almost dead. If not dead. Okay? They do about 20,000 damage. That's ridiculous. So you don't want them to attack. But of course this one doesn't ignore defense. This is the dark one. That's why you target the dark one first. Always the dark one first. Then you want to get rid of the wind one because the wind one can be pretty annoying with her skill too. The fire one is actually also pretty annoying with the stuns. I believe the fire one's the one that stuns. Be careful with the counters as well. The counter attacks can be deadly when you're going against multiple Kung Fu girls all counter attacking. But that's usually that rarely happens. If it happens, it's bad RNG. So, boom. done deal. It's a little choppy, but bear with me. I'm trying to figure out all the kinks in my new software. Okay, so the next stage is floor 50, and I get questions asked about Unsa all the freaking time. It is just crazy how many times I get asked about him. He's actually one of the top floors that people have trouble with, including the Veramos floor, but Unsa is pretty tough for most people. So basically, you just want some kind of team that's going to be able to sustain you, kill the little minions on the side. I totally forgot what minions they were on the side, but yeah, you might do that. I just bring some type of damage dealer. I'm bringing Jolt 10. He's not a damage dealer, but I just want to show you that you don't need an insane amount of damage, you know. So I'm going to be using him as my damage dealer. You could as easily bring Theomars, but I know a lot of people don't have him. You could as easily bring Hua, but most people don't have her. And I know a lot of you guys don't have Vertihil or Joltan, but Joltan's replaceable. And Vertihil you can substitute with Bernard. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Now, this first part, you just got to be careful. Because they bring defense break, and they're all water monsters. They're fairly easy, but you just make sure you don't all get, yeah, see, like, watch. I just want to make sure I don't have to wipe my first turn, because they bring, each of them brings defense break. Every single one of these guys brings defense break. And if you're not careful, if they all go after each other, like one after another, you're not going to be able to tank the entire thing. So just make sure you don't lose any monsters as you start. Now this one, not so bad. Just no really damage. There's no damage or anything. Just make sure you have some type of cleanser to get rid of all those, you know, glancing hits and whatnot. I think the light Sky Dancers can be kind of annoying with their little attack bar balancing trick or whatever. They can be kind of annoying, but other than that, they're really not that bad. So we're gonna go ahead and manual this just so we can get all of our skills ready. Basically, we're just gonna hit the first skill over and over and over until we get enough turns passed through that everything is already cooled down. But I think this kind of just went super fast, so maybe we'll still have a few skills not on cooldown. Okay, so they're all dark monsters. I mean, they're all going to be targeting Bella, okay? So we're going to go ahead and try to stun. So we got 3 out of the 4 of them that we want to stun. We're going to start out by, and we just kind of pick from here. I would take out the you know, if you're not really good at tanking with a Bella, because my Bella only has like 24,000 to 25,000 HP. Take out the Dark Sylphids first, but I'm going to go ahead and take out the Beast Monks first, because they have a hug ability. Now, if you have Beretta, use this Turbulence on Wunsa. Just, you know, makes things easier for you. I'll do that. Stun. Of course, the only reason I'm bringing Joltan is because I really want to just prove a point that you don't need a super hard-hitting monster to do your damage. You just need a consistent team. Okay, do you see how much he took? He took like nothing. Okay, so just keep your team healed up. Try to keep them all stunned or in different attack patterns. Now they use the shield ability, which is really annoying. So we're gonna go ahead and start attacking different monster. Try to take that shield off. Nope, it's resisted. Shit. Okay, well I think dots anyways don't count on the shield, so we're gonna go ahead and throw some dots on there. That should take care of him. That's why Beretta's good on this floor, because I don't think dots get absorbed by the shield, actually, so... Or maybe it's dots applied before the shield. I'm not really too familiar with the hug ability. I think the Dark Beast Monks do more damage than Wunsa's third skill. Like, oh man. Yeah, it's just all runes, guys. Seriously, it's literally all runes. But if you want some advice on how to clear this, just target the Beast Monks first, get rid of those hug abilities. Yeah, see, the dots don't apply to the hug. Don't even worry about Wunsa, he's not going to do any damage to you. My Vertihil has 18k or 18k health, okay? Maybe like 17k. And did you see how much damage it did to Vertihil? It did like nothing. You guys are totally fine. Then once you get rid of the Beast Monks... Okay, well that's annoying. I don't want them to heal. We're gonna go ahead and start. I think they're good. We're gonna start targeting this guy. Wait. Oh, I thought I was gonna get to go. Yeah, we'll just finish off those guys. Okay. So basically the way I'm gonna you want to bring Bella for defense break, obviously. Now this is funny. Joltan actually has that heal block. So watch. You guys ready for this? Let's see how much damage he does. Oh, he's not gonna actually use a skill. Okay, well that's really lame. Use your damn skill. Use it. Use it. Come on. I'm not gonna heal. I don't want that attack bar increase. Use your skill. Okay, I think that was 9k damage. That was a lot lower than I thought. 9,000 damage. Okay, just have your monsters like around at least 15,000 or higher health, and you'll be fine. Just be careful with the Dark Sylphids. I think they do the most damage, or maybe similar damage, but they just target single target. So if they go back one after the other, then it can be pretty dangerous. But other than that, it's not bad at all. And then I think the last one was, of course, 48. And this one is actually pretty tough if it is at a higher level. So basically, these bastards will do 33% of their max HP. So it's pretty similar to Arnold, but they explode when you kill them. So if you kill like multiple at a time, they're just gonna freaking go off like landmines and blow all your shit up. And it's kind of annoying. So we're gonna throw on dots. This is actually one of the few stages, when it's of course higher up, that I actually use dots over straight nuking power. And then Ragdoll, of course, when you get a critical hit, he'll increase the attack bar of all of their his allies. So that's why you want to do dots, so they don't crit, you know? Because if you just crit all the time, crit, you know, they're gonna freaking do this crap with their defense break, and then they're gonna inflict 33% of the max HP when you kill them, and yeah, it's not fun. Not fun. We're actually going to go ahead and do Bella to absorb some of the damage. I don't know why I got an accent all of a sudden. We'll try not to use Vertihill. We'll try not to. What is another monster I can use? We'll throw on Bernard, just because I want to use more farmable monsters. Why not? Why don't we just throw on Spectra? I mean, I think that's the only farmable monster I have here that's left. We'll try that. I don't know if it'll work. I hope it works. It'd be interesting. Just keep in mind, I never use any of these teams, but I'm trying to use teams that will be similar to what you guys will be running. Of course, you guys probably won't have Spectra, but Bernard, Beretta, Bella, Vermos, all of those are very, very common monsters to have. So you could really replace Spectra with any monster if you really wanted to. Like another healer, if you have another healer, like Amin, but I don't have him ruined. I'd use him if I did have him ruined, but I don't, so sorry. So we just need to finish this. They don't hit that hard. As long as you have over 10 to 15,000 health, you're fine. The Supreme Skywolf Sword or whatever, that doesn't hit hard at all. So oh my god, the narrow escape thing is so annoying. Okay. Oh, okay, so actually the Wind Imp champs can revenge. That's actually really cool. Or counterattack, I should say. I actually, look at that. Yeah, they've turned on their counterattacking. He did right there. That's cool. I think that's cool. 2 turns of counterattacking. That could be really useful. If it was on a monster that was actually good, I think it could be really useful, but unfortunately I don't think the Wind Imp champ doesn't have any really potential, and of course the Water Imp lost its potential once they changed Giant Speed 10 a long time ago. They changed it. It used to be different. Okay, so we don't want Spectra to die. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure she doesn't die, or I don't know. We're gonna make sure that damn bird doesn't die on us, because Spectra's squishy. Throw that on everyone. Didn't land on everyone, whatever, don't care. We just want to make sure that we take care of Ragdoll, okay? Now be careful, it increases the attack bar, so stuns are your best friend. Resetting attack bars would be nice too, but those attack bars are going to fluctuate up and up and up as long as you keep critting them. So I think, personally, I think slow debuffs like Shannon. Oh, you can use Shannon in place of Spectra. I think Shannon's actually better than Spectra in this case, because she brings attack buff and shield buff, or no, defense buff, yeah. So Shannon, the Wind Pixie, is very, very good candidate in every place that I use Spectra, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that Ragdoll, put that crap on there. Be careful with the AoE defense break, so watch, he's gonna use it, I think. We'll go ahead and let him use it just so you see it. Oh, he didn't even use it, what the hell, man? Okay, well, one of them is bound to use it, okay? We'll just wait for one of them to use it. Okay, I think this guy's gonna use it if he doesn't die. We'll let him use it. Use it. Use a damn AoE skill. Use it. Oh my god, use it. Fucking use it. Okay, do you see that? 33% of the damage. Alright, there's the AoE skill. So Spectra's gonna die because they have the heal block on there. Oh, yeah. They block healing when they die too. Okay, so if you have Chasun, good on you. I just wanted to show you what happens when you actually kill them without dots. So that's what happens. All right, I'll show you again. Okay, check it out. I would not usually attack because that right one's about to die, but I'm going to attack just to show you that it does do the damage when it dies. Oh, okay, it didn't do it. Well, I'll do it with Bernard because I don't care. Okay, you see that? That's a lot of damage for stage 48. So stuns, big friend. Okay. Dots, even bigger friend. Okay. So dots on this stage, even though I didn't really use any of the dots are the most important because if they get killed by the continuous damage effects or the dots, they don't activate their passive. So you won't take any damage. But you saw how much damage they did there. So if you actually just nuke them down and hit them, you're going to take a lot of damage. And they actually heal block you. And if you don't have Chasun or the Fire Undying or whatever, you're not going to be healing anytime soon. Or you could have a cleanse, I guess, with heal like Konamaya or Annabelle, but no one has time for that. And I know I'd say the monster names. So if you guys have any questions about that, leave it in the comment section and I will answer you. Just a quick check. Nope, okay. Well, this was kind of a longer video than I anticipated. This is just to help those that needed TOA help on specific stages. Now, I'm probably going to get a lot in the comment sections about, oh, do 22, do 45, oh, do 32. Like, well, if it's really low, if it's anything under 50, it's your runes. If it's actually a difficult stage, I think the only difficult stage was 84 this time, just because it's just a weird combo with these guys, with the Dark Minotaurus and Tiana. It's just a really perfect combo, and they hit really hard, so. But yeah, hopefully you guys, this kind of helps give you an idea of what to use. I can never just tell you the monsters to use. I don't know your runes, I don't know your monsters, and there's thousands of you watching this, so the best way I can tell you is just the approach that you should take. Definitely Trial of Ascension, you should try to get some monsters that can slow them down, like Shannon or Spectra, or you should look for monsters that can stun and do some other purpose, like Veramos or Tyrone, who can land glancing hit and keep you alive for a lot longer. But alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. This is the video that I promised you I would do because I know some of you had trouble, and good luck in Trial of Ascension. Again, if you have a question, leave it in the comment section below. That's where I will answer it. And follow me on Twitter, by the way, because I will be answering those on Twitter, and I have fewer followers on there, so I'll be more likely to answer on there. Motivation. See you guys later.